morning, everybody. Today, Mr. Grizzly and I have a book for you that's called Beaten by a Balloon, written by Margaret Mayhay. Okay, Mr. Grizzly, shall we start? What do you think? Let's see what happens on the first page. Oh, my goodness sakes. Dad, said Sam Appleby as they strolled down Snapper Street, when we get home, will you make me a sword? A sword, cried Mr. Appleby. Never. No violent toys in our family. But, Dad, begged Sam, Mr. Mackey made Hacky Mackey a sword with a red jewel stuck on the handle. And Hacky already got a plastic dagger as well as a slingshot and a laser gun. What do you think, Grizzly? Do you think he deserved all those toys? Look at all those. Oh, I know, yeah. Yeah, what do you think? Come here, Grizzly. Oh, Grizzly, look. Come here. Sam, I'm not giving you swords or laser guns, said Mr. Appleby sternly. Your mother and I devote our lives to gentle, kindly things like ballooning and growing roses and sunflowers. We hope you'll do the same. Oh, I like sunflowers and balloons, said Sam, but I wouldn't mind having a sword as well. Hey, Apple Tree, a mocking voice called out, and there was Hacky Mackey himself. He was prancing in front of his house, waving a sword in one hand and a plastic laser space gun in the other. Oh, look at that. Oh. That's not a very nice little boy. I'm going to catch Buckbounder, the bank robber, yelled Hacky Mackey. I'll win the reward and buy a photon cannon and shoot pieces off the moon. How about that, Apple Tree? And Hacky made a sound of a laser gun being fired over and over again at hideous aliens. Mr. Appleby ignored Hacky Mackey. Wanted for armed bank robbery. Buckbounder, large reward. Oh, wow, I wonder what large reward that could be. I don't know, boys and girls. What do you think of Hacky Mackey? I'll buy you a sunflower of your very own at the stall, he promised Sam. The stall was at the corner of Noshing Road and Cruncher Avenue. It sold almost everything. Teddy bears, sunflower, balloons, water pistols, red and white roses, pots of marmalade. Anybody know what marmalade is? I do. That's jelly. And chocolate cakes. Dad, pleaded Sam. Couldn't I buy just one little water pistol? No violent toys in our family, said his father. But you may buy a balloon. I will buy a chocolate cake for your mother, as well as a sunflower, I promised you. As the woman behind the stall handed Sam a beautiful sunflower in a terracotta pot, a mocking voice called, "Ha, ha, ha, Apple Tree!" And there was Hacky Mackey wandering past his father. He aimed his laser gun at the sunflower. Stop that, Hacky, said Mr. Mackey with a smirk. Poor people, you'll frighten them. I don't think Mr. Mackey is any nicer than Hacky. Maybe that's where Hacky learned it, I don't think Sam looks very happy with his sunflower either. What do you think? I just noticed. Yeah. I just don't think that sunflower's cutting it as far as a water gun. The woman in charge of the stall sold the Applebee's a balloon, a sunflower, and a chocolate cake. The cake sounds good. She also gave Sam a present of one red rose, its thorny stems wrapped in green tissue paper. Now you have a sunflower, a rose, said Mr. Appleby, looking pleased. But I've spent all my money. We'd better call in at the bank. Turning into Noshing Road Bank, Mr. Appleby and Sam found themselves waiting in a long line. Oh dear, directly in front of them were Hacky Macky and his father. Look, Dad, 2 apple trees, said Hacky Macky. Mr. Macky looked over his shoulder and laughed. Mr. Appleby felt just for a moment that if only he had had a good plastic sword handy, he would soon have made Mr. Hacky Macky lap on the other side of his face. Uh-oh. Even Sam's dad's getting a little tired of it. That cake does look good. Suddenly, the door of the bank burst open. Hands up! Cried a rough voice. Ha, ha, ha! It is I, Buckbounder, and this is a bank robbery. Buckbounder bounced into the bank, waving his bank robber's gun and leaping like a kangaroo on powerful springs welded to the bottom of his boots. On these springs, he could bound across barriers and through back gardens where no police paddy wagon could go. Oh, well, that's how he got away all the time. Well, that would scare me. Give me all your money, he howled. Give it to me now. Glancing scornfully at Sam's sunflower, he then turned to glare suspiciously at Hacky Macky's laser gun. But Mackies wailed and fell to their knees, tearing the green tissue paper from the prickly rose stem. Sam moved quickly behind Buckbounder's back. Here's my watch and my parking meter money, cried Mr. Macky. Take them. And here's my laser gun, wept Hacky Macky. Take it, take it. I don't know who's looking brave here, guys. Let's see. Oh. At that moment, Sam thrust a thorn into his balloon. Bang! The balloon exploded right behind the bank robber. Buckbounder leaped into the air from sheer shock, losing control of his powerful springs. His head hit the ceiling. His gun flew out of his hand. Oh my goodness. What a sight. And he fell backwards with a painful thump. Mr. Appleby promptly struck him in the face with the full force of the chocolate cake, and Buckbounder withered on the floor, blinded by icing and with cake blocking his hairy nostrils. Oh, yuck! Up the nose. Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck. I don't think the chocolate cake looks any good anymore. Oh, what a horrible place for chocolate cake to be. Sam slid his sunflower out of the terracotta pot, and then he jammed the pot over the villain's head painfully, pinching his large ears, while Buckbounder whooped and gasped, trying to get his head out of the pot and the cake out of his nose. The bank teller pressed the alarm button Two policemen led by Sergeant Sidcup from the Nossing Road Force, which happened to be right next door, rushed in with what else? Handcuffs. Pulling the pot rather roughly off Buckbounder's head, Sergeant Sidcup passed it back to Sam. Brave boy, he cried, shaking Sam's hand. And you were quick thinking too, sir. I could never have imagined such masterly assault by a chocolate cake. We were only pretending to be terrified out of our wits, cried Hacky Macky, rising shakily from his knees. Weren't we, Dad? Never have I heard of anyone being so quick with a potted plant, Sergeant Sidcup said, ignoring the Mackies. Repot that sunflower, sir. Keep it watered, and you'll be able to use it again if you are attacked by gangsters. And call in at the police station next door. We'll give you each a medal and a large reward as well. Dad, I want a sunflower too, Sam heard Hacky whining as he and his father slunk out of the bank. Slunk means kind of hiding, but his father told him to shut up. I think they were very embarrassed by their actions. I guess we should never tease anybody, huh? Beaten by a balloon, cried Buckbounder as the two policemen swept him out of the bank. Buckbounder beaten by a beastly balloon. I can't believe it. Dad, you were really violent with that chocolate cake. Does that mean a cake can be a dangerous weapon? Sam asked his father in a puzzled voice the next day. Mr. Appleby thought deeply, as fathers do. Well, he said, I suppose it depends on who happens to be holding what and when. So perhaps, after all, I should buy you a small water pistol. Great, cried Sam, grinning from ear to ear. I'll use it to water my sunflower. And that is the end of our story.